In the following video, you will learn how to conduct research for a history class through one of HGTC Library's LibGuides. We're currently looking at the library website, www.hgtc.edu/library. Scroll down on the library's website and locate the LibGuides tab. If you're not familiar with LibGuides, they are specially designed websites created by HGTC librarians where you can find recommended library resources to conduct research for a specific class. In the drop-down menu that says which guide do you need, scroll down alphabetically and find the History LibGuides. We have LibGuides for History 101 and 102 and 201 and 202. I'm going to click on the History 201 LibGuide, but understand that any of the guides for history are all designed in similar manners, so if you learn how to navigate one, you could use any of the History LibGuides. If you're not familiar with LibGuides, they're designed using tabs, and you navigate your way around the guide by clicking on the various tabs. The Home tab is just a welcome page. You would use the Books tab if you had access to the physical library. In this video, we're going to focus on the Ebooks, Databases, and Multimedia tabs. On the Ebooks tab, you'll find 4 boxes. These are the 4 companies that we get ebooks through. The 2 boxes on the left for EBSCO ebook collection and eBook Central are the 2 largest ebook providers that we have access to. They provide you with full-text, cover-to-cover ebooks, books that were originally published in print. You're just accessing these academic books electronically. I'm going to go in and show you EBSCO ebook collection right now. Now you could search using one of our ebook providers simply by typing in a keyword or key phrase, or you could put in a more complex search. For example, if I wanted information about Abraham Lincoln, I could simply type in his name and hit search. But if there was something very specific that I was looking for, I could do a more complex search where I added search terms. So for example, I could put in Abraham Lincoln and Reconstruction. The and joins my 2 search topics together. Every result that comes back is going to include both information about Lincoln as well as Reconstruction. And now you could just go through and find a book that is of interest to you and click on the full text link to be taken to that book. The boxes on the right-hand side of the eBooks tab are for Credo Reference and Gale eBooks. These are ebook collections of reference books. Those are books that traditionally you can't check out of a library. Only in this instance, you're accessing the ebooks electronically. The nice thing about using reference books is you don't have to look at an entire ebook. You're only looking at the entry out of your topic from the ebook. So it's a much easier one to look through because there's a little bit less reading involved. On the next tab, you're going to find the databases. Databases, if you're not familiar with those, are items that were originally published in print in things like journals, magazines, newspapers, and books, only you're accessing them over the computer. At the top of the Databases tab, you'll find our History and Political Science databases. These are databases that focus specifically on history resources. Now you could use any of the databases that you see in this particular box, but ones that we frequently refer history students to are History Reference Center, U.S. History from Gale, and World History also from Gale. These last 2 databases look very similar. This one focuses on resources from the U.S. side of history, whereas this one focuses on the world side. I'll go in right now and show you the U.S. History database. Again, You have a search box where you could type in a specific topic, or you could build a more complex search. One of the nice things about these two Gale databases, the US and the World History ones, is that they actually have pages built to specific popular topics in history. So if you were researching the Cuban Missile Crisis, you'll notice that there's a bolded result here. If I click on that, it'll take me to a page where the database has put all of their information in one location. So it makes navigating your way around a little bit easier. One of the other things to point out about the library's databases is that they tend to break their results down into different categories. So you'll notice that I have things like journal articles, magazine articles, primary sources, entries out of reference books, newspaper articles. So if you're focusing on only one of those things, you can just click on that particular link and it will take you to those items. Now, the other great thing about the library's databases is that when you find an item that looks good to you, it will come pre-cited. Here's your cite button. The thing to note, though, about the citation that they give you, be it MLA or Chicago style, whichever one you may be using, they are computer generated. So you do still have to double check it for accuracy. The next tab that we'll encounter is the Multimedia tab. This is where you'll find Films on Demand and Canopy. These are the library's two streaming video providers. If you would feel better looking at a video talking about your topic, these are the ones that you're going to want to go into. I'll show you Films on Demand. Let's say that you wanted to search for a video on a particular topic or person in history. You could search for them in the search box here at the top of the page. So, for example, I'll do a search for Shays' Rebellion. And here's my results page. One of the things that you'll notice about Films on Demand is that your results will be in two different categories. You may get segments, which are segments out of full films in Films on Demand. Other items that were returned may say full video. In this instance, you're accessing the entire video. But the great thing is when you go into any video, all of the different segments that are available in that film are over here on the left-hand side. So you could narrow it down and find the specific segment that you're looking for from this list here. And again, Films on Demand also comes pre-cited, and you look for the Cite button on the screen. Last but not least, you've got the Get Help tab. This is where you can find all the different methods for contacting the library for assistance. Students are encouraged to reach out when they need help with their research. A librarian will be more than happy to help them and guide them in the right direction to find what it is that they're looking for. Thanks a lot for watching.